Planning the perfect Kruger Park trip, the ultimate first-time visitor's guide. The Kruger National Park, a world-renowned wildlife haven home to hundreds of indigenous animals, reptiles, birds, and insects, not to mention countless fascinating plants, is a must-visit for anyone looking to see Africa's majestic animals in their natural habitat. A Kruger Park trip is an experience you'll never regret booking. Unlike other safari destinations, the Kruger Park is easy to get to, and it is well known for having numerous excellent places to stay and experiences to have. As one of the largest and most famous game reserves in Africa, the Kruger attracts plenty of visitors each year who, just like you, are eager to see its biodiversity. But with its size and range of activities, planning a Kruger Park trip can be overwhelming, especially for first-time visitors. That's where this guide comes in. Whether you're planning a self-drive safari or want to leave the details to an expert travel company, this comprehensive planning guide will walk you through every step to help you put together the perfect Kruger Park adventure. From choosing the best region to explore, to packing for game drives, and deciding between self-drive or guided safaris, we're covering it all. Ready to plan your Kruger Park trip? Let's go. Why visit the Kruger National Park? So, why should the Kruger National Park be at the top of your African travel bucket list? After all, Africa is famous for having an abundance of incredible safari destinations. As one of the oldest and largest protected reserves on the continent, the Kruger National spans 19,000 square kilometers of untouched land and is home to an astounding array of wildlife, more than many other parks. Home to the famous Big Five, lion, leopard, elephant, buffalo, and rhino, who roam freely alongside cheetahs, giraffes, hippos, crocodiles, and hundreds of other species. The park's diverse ecosystems, which range from dense bush to vast grasslands and winding rivers, create a dream setting for any nature lover. But the Kruger is not just about ticking off animal sightings. Its rich history, deep connection to conservation, and unique cultural heritage also add to its allure. For many, this trip isn't just a holiday, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And trust us, it's worth planning carefully to make the most of it. Which area of the park is best to visit on your Kruger Park trip? With a park as huge as the Kruger, just where do you start? The park is divided into three main regions: southern, central, and northern, with each giving guests a unique experience in terms of wildlife, terrain, and safari options. The southern Kruger for its abundance of wildlife. If you're visiting the Kruger for the very first time, the southern Kruger is a great place to start. This area is bustling with wildlife, and it is the most accessible region, with well-maintained roads and a variety of accommodation options. The southern region's habitats, which include savanna and riverine forests, make it ideal for spotting the Big Five. Planning tips for the southern Kruger Park trip. Best for self-drive safaris due to its excellent road infrastructure. But if you want a guided tour, you'll find plenty that will take you here. What you'll see: high concentrations of elephants, lions, and rhinos. Leopard sightings are also common. You might also spot the fabled honey badger if you are lucky. Accommodation. Rest camps like Skukusa and Lower Sabi offer a range of options, from budget camping to more comfortable bungalows. When to visit? The dry winter months, May to September, are ideal for wildlife sightings, as animals gather around waterholes. Safari tip. The S100 road is famous for lion sightings early in the morning. The Central Kruger for a more balanced safari experience. The Central Kruger is a lot quieter than the southern regions, and it is also home to all sorts of wildlife. The landscapes here are more open than they are in the south, making it the perfect spot to see large herds of zebra, wildebeest, and giraffes, as well as predators like cheetahs. Planning tips for the Central Kruger Park trip. Best for both self-drive and guided safaris. What you'll see: cheetahs, giraffes, and large herbivore herds. The area is also great for bird watching. Accommodation. Camps like Satara and Oliphants are well located for game viewing and provide both self-catering and full-service options. When to visit, year-round, but the winter months are best for easier game viewing due to less dense vegetation. Safari tip: stay close to waterholes and open plains for the best sightings. Oliphant's Camp, with its spectacular river views, is a must-visit. The Northern Kruger for an off-the-beaten-path Kruger Park trip. For those who would like a more secluded and adventurous experience, the Northern Kruger is just the place to go. This area sees far fewer tourists than anywhere in the park, and it has a more rugged, untouched feel. The region's lush vegetation and remote location make it perfect for spotting elephants, rare antelope species, and bird life. Planning tips for the Northern Kruger Park trip: best for guided safaris, as the road network is less developed, and wildlife can be harder to spot without expert guidance. What you'll see: elephants, eland, sable, and over 350 bird species. The baobab trees and unique landscapes are also highlights. Accommodation: plenty of remote camps like Punta Maria and Xingwetsi, which are perfect for escaping the crowds. When to visit: winter, June to September, for wildlife visibility, but bird lovers should visit during the summer months. Safari tip: focus on bird watching and exploring the more remote trails for a true wilderness experience. Self-drive versus guided safari: which one is right for you? The big question is, should you take on the Kruger with a self-drive or leave it to the professionals on a guided tour? Both have their perks, so let's weigh them up. Self-drive safari. Pros: complete flexibility to explore at your own pace, to stop wherever you want, and to spend as much time at sightings as you like. Cons: it can be overwhelming for first-timers, as driving through the park and spotting wildlife requires plenty of patience and attention. Best for confident, independent travelers who enjoy the freedom of planning their own routes and itineraries. Guided safari. Pros: expert guides know where to find animals and provide fascinating insights into the park's ecosystems. Plus, you don't have to worry about driving. Cons: less flexibility, as you'll follow a set schedule and route. Best for first-timers who want a stress-free experience and the added value of expert knowledge. If you can't decide, why not do both? Spend a few days self-driving and then switch to a guided safari for the best of both worlds. Making the most of your Kruger National Park experience. To truly make the most of your time in the Kruger, it helps to know a few insider tips. To start with, early mornings and late afternoons are prime times for wildlife sightings, as animals are more active when it's cooler. You will want to be in the park just as the gates open, and you'll also want to be the last between. During the hottest hours of the day, you can relax back at your accommodation or in one of the camps. Wildlife sightings are few and far between when the sun reaches its zenith. You want to pack the most comfortable clothes you have, light clothing for the day, layers for early mornings and evenings, and comfortable shoes for getting in and out of the vehicle. Since you will be sitting a lot and getting quite hot, you'll want to avoid wearing anything too tight and uncomfortable. You'll want to pack some binoculars. They're essential for spotting animals that might be far from the road. And if you want to have a night drive or a bush walk, you must book these activities in advance. They are a unique experience that is worth having, but they can't be booked on a whim. Understanding the Kruger's road network and wildlife etiquette. The Kruger's road network is well marked, but it's essential to understand the types of roads and how to drive safely. You don't necessarily need a 4x4 vehicle if you're self-driving, but if you want the extra height to see the wildlife, such a vehicle can come in handy. The tarred roads are perfect for beginners and cover many of the main game viewing routes. Gravel roads, which are basically dirt roads, will give you a more rugged experience, and you will have access to quieter, less crowded areas. You will also come across dirt roads with chains or signs prohibiting access. Don't be tempted to drive on these, as doing so could lead to fines. You should always keep a safe distance from animals. Don't block their path or try to provoke them for a reaction. If an elephant is on the road, Give it plenty of space to pass. And always stick to the speed limit, 50 kilometers per hour on tarred roads and 40 kilometers per hour on gravel roads. Not only is it safer for wildlife, but it also increases your chances of spotting animals. You should also download an offline map or a GPS app, as cell service can be patchy in some areas of the park. Your Kruger Park travel questions answered. How much is a trip to Kruger National Park? Costs vary depending on whether you self-drive or book a guided tour, but expect park entry fees, accommodation, meals, and activity costs. What is the best month to visit Kruger National Park? May to September, dry season, is best for wildlife viewing, while November to February is ideal for birdwatching. Can I drive my own car in Kruger National Park? Yes, self-driving is very popular. Just stick to the marked roads and follow the park's rules. Is 2 days enough in Kruger National Park? 2 days can give you a taste, but we recommend at least 4 to 5 days. Home to extraordinary animals, fascinating places, some of the best weather, and more than you could see in a single trip, the Kruger National Park is the ultimate dream safari destination and is one trip you will never regret booking. Don't believe us? Why not see for yourself? Book a safari now.